Okay. The Jew Garland, the Kadam, the Book of Kadam that we use it. So we are on chapter 14, I think it's right. Yeah, it's in chapter 14. So the root text, let me read it again, the root text. Since you take no pleasure in negative deeds, when a thought of self-importance arises, at that instant, deflect your pride and recall your teacher's instructions. Okay, so we finished this part. So now today we're going to talk the other second one, which says here, when discouraged thoughts arises, uplift your mind and then meditate on the emptiness of both. So discourage, and then here use the line. Instead of discourage, they use the term saying dejections. Is it the same? Dejection, discourage? Okay. That um, something that you feel I can do it, or you are not have a what kind of like a uh, enthusiasm to doing these things. It's more like a right. Okay. So either we call dejection or discouragement. So those before we practice how it's afflated, but we should think that uh, what cause and condition to have us those discouragement or dejections, right? Uh, Here, the Book of Kadam, Atisha mentions the one thing say here, what is the cause of dejection is Domdema asked to Atisha on what basis does dejection arise? And then Atisha answered for that, Drum. It does so when condition for negativities are created by others. Negativity created by others here means like someone overshining to you, overcoming to you, or sometime someone terrifying to you, right? It's like like a more makes more fears, who cause us more fears. That's one conditions to have that discouragement. And plus the discouragements, sometimes we talk about the three kind of laziness. The one kind of laziness that the laziness of discouragement that we're saying, that think that I cannot do it, or I do not have a able to do that, or I'm lower capacity, I don't have enough capacity to do that. So that's kind of cause that one discouraged us. And another discouragement is like having like a lot of suffering. So then it discouraged us to do something. What discouraging is here, discourage us to something like positive actions or develop inner good qualities, right? That's how what we have to do it. And then those are the discouraging us to doing that. The suffering, the laziness of discouragement, and here saying someone terrifying to us, someone makes fear to us. So those are the cause and conditions to have our discouragement. And then, or sometime you begin many activities and then always fail one time, not success, right? And then few time not success will be discouraged to you again, right? So then you keep up, oh, I can't do that. So those are the cause of condition to discouragement. And then regarding here, the way beginning talks like it's a point is to eliminating or reducing the cause of suffering, which we mentioned those negative emotions are included, that root self-egos, right? Those need to be reduced or eliminated. In order to doing that, sometime distraction will disrupt us to doing that. So then earlier teachings are to talks about giving us idea how to overcome by distractions, right? Now it says discouragements also being obstacle to us to continues practicing and try to eliminating the cause of suffering. So now you're here talking how to overcome by it. So the before that, I had few different caution. It's I'll make a few different cause and condition, which is possible to arises us to have discouragement, right? And then the regarding cultivating compassion or loving kindness, most of the time is discouragement is the laziness, which is thinking that what I say, uh, it's like it's just kind of like blaming to yourself, which is thinking that I'm not enough able to do that. I have a lack of capacity, right? Okay. So and then for regarding that, it's like a five ideas giving here to how to overcome it, and then some are related with a completely Buddhist. So first one is thinking reflecting on human values. That's the one that will help you to overcome by the cause that which you makes your discouragement, right? The thinking of human values, and secondly, thinking the valuable human life is not long lasting. It's kind of death impermanence, right? So the first one, if we more reflecting on human values and opportunity or leisures, then it will help us to overcome by two kind of laziness. Laziness that we don't want to do anything, or laziness that just kind of like a thinking you yourself has lack of confidence.
Maybe the value of human life instead of human values.
Human values?
No, instead of human values, like the value of human life.
Oh, okay. The value of human life, yeah. So that will be help us to overcome by two kind of laziness, right? And then secondly, that valuable life is not long lasting, death impermanent. That's also reflecting on it also help us to overcome. But another two kind of laziness, the laziness postponing, right? So I will do tomorrow or next year's. So and then laziness of what do you call um, I think yeah, it's I think yeah, one laziness we call like um the you keep busying with the meaningless activities. That's we count it as a laziness because the lazy of that you don't want to do something good activities, right? Because it's you too much attached or enjoying with the doing like some kind of meaningless activities, such as like a idle gossip, right? So that's we count it as laziness. So therefore, thinking the value of human life will help you to overcome by those like two laziness, like which is taking more activities with a meaningless or like a attaching too much having attached and desire to do like a meaningless activities and then also the discouragement yourself. That's true laziness, right? Then thinking that impermanent will help you to laziness that I don't want to do anything or you postponing to doing it. So that's will be help us to overcome by four laziness that cause us to have discouragement. Okay. And the third one saying here, think the qualities of Buddha is totally for Buddhist practice, right? It's not necessary everyone should think that to overcome by the discouragement. So if the Buddhist practitioner think the quality of Buddha, that quality of Buddha is not thinking, oh, Buddha has a good quality. Because as we believe that we can achieve enlightenment, right? So if Buddha, we see the great qualities of Buddhas, then it's encouraged to, I can have that. I will do that. It's like an overcome by discouragement, right? So how much you think that good quality of Buddha, that much brings you interesting, because the fruit, if you more focus on the result, the fruit, you see the fruits are more meaningful and useful, then we always try to get this, right? So this is the reason thinking the good quality of reflecting. And then fourth one is talking about that the benefit of patience, and you are practicing the patience of forbearance, right? So those are the fourth. And then the last part, which is mentioning here, very important parts, thinking the ultimate reality of every existing things, which we call emptiness, right? So those five ideas gives here to overcome by those discouragement. So let me read the commentary from here. So again, Drom asked, if this mind become too dejected, I think discouragement, right? Teacher, how should one eliminate it? Set it, what called? Astride, the cool blowing is just poetry, winds, and then master. What should one do once one has thus sit at the astride? From giving the multitude of animal, the attainment of human life is joyful. It's kind of like a comparing that number of life, the animal life and human life. The animal life is like a 10 times more than human life. Do you agree? Yes, yeah. So there's this number of like a human life is more a less than comparing the animal life. Animal, we included insect here also too. Animal is not just like a big animal, right? Insects are also part of the animals. So regarding that, it's a lot, right? And then the question here, why is makes different to thinking there are larger number of animal beings and less number of human being? What health, right? So we go back to the thinking, reflecting on the cause of human life, and then again, it's just more associated with the Buddhist practice. The cause of human life is we're talking about that the ethics the ethics discipline is the cause of human life. It's one of the cause of human life. So because it goes with connected with the previous life and future life, which is not emphasizedly talking here. So that's the one part, the number huge, and then human life is less. And then regarding the having more intelligent quality or like a suffering parts, if we are reflecting, usually we say animal does have a more suffering than human life. And then animal does have a more lack of intelligence than human life. So the human life have a more opportunity that having those the intelligent minds, and then more leisure and opportunity, and then having less suffering. Because say if we are hungry, we can find food. We have a more able to finding food than animals, right? So you have to think like a big view, not just small things. Oh, animal can do that. Yes, If we more discussion, then it will be more clarified. So in general, I like to say that yes, like say when we sick, like having illness, the human has more able to cure it, more opportunity for cure that, or they are more able to do that, right? So the finding doctor go here and there, they knows the place where you should go. The animal does not, right? And then animal has a less to these things. Okay, so I'm saying regarding this text, what do you think? Is this you think it's right or it's not really?
Yes.
Yeah, you could be like a if you like being more if you think some other things you can be rejected. There's no problem here. Okay. Uh-huh.
Um, on death, eh, there's so much talk of taking refuge and meditating on emptiness and impermanence and letting go of all clinging and grasping upon death.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you haven't reached any spiritual attainments
Mm-hmm.
during this life,
Mm-hmm.
is it still improper to hope for a continued life of spirituality? If you know you haven't gotten anywhere,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not achieved anything. Okay.
so do you follow the instructions to continue letting go of any attachment to the possibility of another human rebirth so that you can continue your spiritual path? Or should we concentrate, should we hope for another? I mean, I know that's still grasping at form, right? Which is,
Yeah, I can say the follow the instruction and you can let it go, all this attachment. But the important part is step by step. First is first. That right, there are so many the practice there, right? And then we go up to up and up. The beginning part is you should apply beginning part. But also doing that, build up three wisdom. This is very important. Listening, reflecting, and apply, right? So first listening, that what you hear it, just confirm exactly what you hear it, the things are, the teachings are, right? All the methods and ideas are. Even you should hear the clearly, not missing any like an idea from that teaching. So you hear it. After you hear it, then you conforming it. What you hear is right or wrong. That's your reflecting, right? But still you're not engaged yet. You're not practiced yet. You're still part of the study it here, right? So secondly, yes, you are conforming that. So conforming with the many different way. One way is reasoning, apply, thinking more reason, and another way is discussion with the more others people who knows well, and then reading more books, and then also part of important is your experiences, your daily experiences. So the bottom line should be conformed with your daily experiences. The daily experiences will not have 100% experience, but slightly having experience it to changing. That good to know. So that could be that you can accept it because I having experiences now. It's right. Or I will not have, I'm not having any experiences. I do not see as good reasoning. I do not see it good logic. I'm rejecting it. But before you reject it, accept it, you really should take time to reflecting and examining a lot, right? So once you confirmed it, then you can practice, apply on the practice. Then you should take this as one of the priority principal practice in your daily life, right? This is the how we need to go, and uh, and then again, so let it go at the beginning is not simple and easy for all of us, right? So abandoning everything is not really easy. So again, and then also we might have a misunderstand about the let it go means, right? Let it go misunderstand part is here. What really saying let it go is shouldn't have attached on anything. It means not that you shouldn't connect it with anything, right? You shouldn't have attached to desire to having good food always. Whatever you receive, whatever you have found, you eat it. But you still connected with your food. You should connect it with your food. You should connect it with your health, all this exercise, and then medicine, all this. You should keep it, but shouldn't have a desire on it. Not desire means you enjoying with it and you expecting having more and more. That's desire. So you say, okay, I got today this food, very wonderful. I eat it. That's it. Should be end on it, right? Not the I like to have same food tomorrow, right? That's desire. So that's part we're saying. That's if we not know clear in general, everyone, it not know clear that Buddhist let go means could be the misunderstanding that you abandon everything, not eat medicines, do not eat food, or you abandon the house, you abandon the car. It's not really mean that. Yeah, it's let's more not attach on it. So that's the saying. It's really let go your attachment on it. So then once you confirm it, then it's your belief. Now your belief will be more stronger because you have a confidence now because it's right. Then you will not find any hesitate and problem to doing follow this practice to try to achieve that, right? So everything we should start from gentle, like a refuge. Of course, regarding Buddhist, the refuge is first. So refuge first means that you are more developing trust to Buddha Dhamma. That's the refuge means, right? So refuge means not that you are the becoming slave. No, you're developing faith to Buddha Dhamma. And again, go back to the this. This is very different on your second that part wisdom, the reflecting wisdom of examinations, right? So that's very depend on it. Once you have a like confidence, then you will have a faith to Buddha and that Dharma. Then once you have a strong faith, you will bring interesting. The faith will bring you interesting. There are no problem to practice then, right? Even you do not see the result yet completely because your examinations, because of your faith, because of your confidence, you will do it. This is until then we not apply any practice like a bluntly or darkly saying, oh, someone said that, oh, I have to do. This is too simple. And then if you take this too much easy, it could be danger that you can also change easy to other side, right? If you take more time to accepting it, then it's good that you will not easily reject it, right? If you not, if you do not take a time to accepting, easily accepting will be easily rejected. That's danger. Then finally you got nothing. All this you learning long time and study long time, you spend a lot of time and finally get nothing is the then we're not really smart. Right? Yeah. So is this your answer?
I think so. I think, are you saying practice the instructions and let what happens happen?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So before you need to be conformed, yeah, it is right path. Then I'm going to do that. Then you do it. And when you do that, but again, doing is also it's important that that doing properly, right? So if you hear roughly and you apply to practice, you're examining with the weak and not completed. It's just incompleted. Then you apply practice could be cause problem. The one cause be problem, you will not see the result possible, right? And another problem, you might easily tired or you discouragement comes because you do not have a strong convictions of faith on it, right? So easily can discourage. That's the danger, right? So therefore, it takes time. Then once you apply, and then whatever comes, comes, right? So whatever comes means if you have second type of wisdom, the reflections, you have a confidence it will come. You have a belief that it will comes. We will have a result. That's the mind comes.
Confidence instead of hope, instead of
Um,
expectation.
Confidence is not the expectations and hope.
Instead of, we should have confidence.
Oh, okay, yes,
instead of
yes, yeah. Hope could be the work with the confidence,
Somewhere
right?
in there.
Yeah. The expectation, yeah. Once you have confidence, it you brings you expectations because oh, I want it, right? And then hope is there also. It's not really like a yin yang. It's not like yeah. It's not totally black and white. It's just go together. Sometimes no need expectation, right? And then sometimes expectations comes with it. Once you have a confidence to doing it, expectation will come. I want it free from suffering, right? Yeah. You say something?
Faith.
Yeah, faith is the main key.
Right.
Yeah, and which is not the blind faith, faith with the wisdom. Yeah.
I have an observation. I'm not gonna call religion, but spiritual practice, like Catholicism and all of them, they're all based on faith. Buddhism is not based on faith, it's based on logic.
Based on logic and wisdom, yes.
I'm an engineer, so I have a logical mind. So, and Buddhism is perfect, explains everything at every level.
Yeah, that's the I agree. So yes, that's the also we say like a I don't know, I can mention it. Even the Buddhist follower, there are so many Buddhist practitioners there who has a blind faith, right? Who do not study well or who do not have a time for study, but they strong believe to Buddha, and then whatever Buddha said, just follow it. It's a blind faith, right? And then at the other hands there, who always accepting one by one through by reasoning and logic, which is Buddha allows us do that. Right? Buddha do not say, you should accept whatever I said. Buddha do not say that. Buddha said, you should examining what I said it, then accept it. Otherwise, don't come to me to worship because of I'm Buddha. Right? So that's beautiful. So yes, this is how we need to follow the practice. And then first is first, always. Yeah. Yeah, Georgian?
I find when I contemplate the animal realm, the thing for me that distinguishes animals most from humans is that they eat each other.
That's one thing, yeah. Yeah.
But I have to remind myself that we who still eat some meat are no better than the animals, and that we still have one foot in the animal realm by continuing to eat meat.
So, yeah. So, sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will come there. So, yeah. So, one we talks about the one of the suffering which animal experience eating each other. That's one, and we eating meat is different. They do not have a choice. We do have a choice, right? So, and then we are not suffering eating human each other, right? We are eating some other form of the beings, which we counting the suffering of human animal being has it. They eating each other. But that suffering we do not have it because not eating human each other. Animal each other eating it, human each other eating it, right? So animal each other eating is part of the suffering of animals. Humans are not eating each other. That suffering we do not have it. But your mind should be clear. What I'm saying right now, do you focus on what I'm saying right now? I will come what you want to hear it, right? So here, Humans are not eating each other. Therefore, do not have that part of suffering because we're not eating each other. But we eating the other form of animal, that's different issue. Because you comparing two things. Animal are eating each other and humans eating meat is not different. Right? Simple way I said it, because they do not have a choice, we do have a choice. And then we cannot compare these two. These are part of suffering which we don't have it. Right? But your main question might be, what we different than animal beings, we eating meat? Right? That's different issue and different question. It's nothing to do with the animal eating each other, right? We are not saying animals are bad because they eating each other. We're saying animals having more suffering to each other, right? Not saying bad. So, but human, yes, does to eat meat, but it's right or wrong. That's big issue, big question, right? So, and then the viewpoint of regarding Buddhists, definitely we do not have a right to eat the other's life. We do not have a right to kill the other's life, right? We do not have it. Do we have a right to kill other life? We do not have it, right? But who are really having compassion to animals? Sometimes they took over. Even they don't have a right to do, they do it. For example, when we see the animals too much injured, having painful, we're killing them. We do not have a right to do that. We are killing them. Because, oh, I cannot handle this feeling. It's your self-centeredness, your feeling. That's not animal feeling, right? So we do not have a right to do that, but still we're doing it. But no one thinks it's bad, these parties. But people are thinking it's bad because they eat meat. Why not these two are same?
What did you just
Oh yeah, people are thinking bad because humans are eating meat. And another thing, do not think it's bad when they are asleep, the animal, when they see some kind of suffer. What is different there?
We've talked about this a lot, though.
Yeah.
There's two things. If you're putting an animal out of its suffering because you feel uncomfortable,
Yes.
then clearly that's the same as eating meat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to feel better. I want to eat this food. Right?
Yeah.
But we know what human suffering at the end of life is like, and we know what human suffering with extreme pain is like. We can recognize that sometimes in animals. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So if we understand that the suffering being expressed by an animal is similar to that suffering that would be experienced by a human that we understand even more. And we think even a human would want to end the suffering. Even a human would want to be put out of its misery. Is that not compassionate?
So okay,
I don't care how
it's a number of the people who wants to give up their life, right? Very rare. Mostly humans always have a hope to survive. Even doctor said you are cancer, right? And you have a 3 months. They keep hoping to survive and longer. Sometimes it's happening. Sometimes not happening. But they have hope. Not simply saying, "Oh, now let me put sleep." Not easily and simply say it takes time. But when we judge the animal, easily and simply saying, when you're looking behind that, the reason you cannot handle your emotions. That's one reason. Another reason, you do not have a time to take care of these things because they always need to be there with the animal. You do not have a time to take care of it. This is more worse, right? But empathy, with empathy, better than it, but still is not give us to right to do that, right? That's always natural dies is always important, whether it's human life or animal life. It's important parts, natural death.
You're
Yes,
saying the that the skillful thing to do under any circumstances upon
Yes.
meeting with a brutally injured animal is to try and help it heal
Yeah.
and not to kill. No
Yeah.
matter how we
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Deer with a broken back and 4
Yeah.
broken legs.
Yeah.
You bring it somewhere to heal.
Yeah.
Try.
Try best. We don't have a right to kill. Who give us the right to kill? No.
Prematurely, no matter what the reason
Uh-huh.
is preventing the realization of karma.
Uh-huh.
The suffering and
Mm-hmm.
karma.
Mm-hmm.
When you need to suffer to burn karma.
If we talk about the karma, yes, it is. It is. So it's good to have a suffering in this lifetime because someone take caring it. Same time they're burning their karmas. That's regarding Buddhists, yes. So therefore, always, whatever reason we think deeper and deeper, always the conclusion is let them die natural. It comes that way. So yeah, what do you want to say?
Disagree with this.
Okay. Uh-huh.
To be put out of their misery. Why isn't that their karma?
Why is that their karma?
They're
Like,
good
why
karma.
isn't their karma to be put out of their misery? To encounter me, let's.
I understand, Laura here. When we have a good karma, no one say why that karma. Good to have that good karma. When we have a bad karma experience, suffering, then we questioning of why. If you really wants to ask, you equally ask both karma's result, either it's good or bad. But you have a beautiful, attractive face, or you have a very enjoyment time. You have a good karma, and then you are happy. You shouldn't be happy then, because it's a result of karma. If we talk about the result of karma, good result, virtues give you the good result. The negative good give you the bad result. This is how karma's functioned. If we talk about the karma, right? Then if you accept that good result of the karma, you should accept the bad result of the karma. Why not?
But then what to do? But then they're equal in that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying that I mean, how is non-action better than action then if it's both their negative karma to suffer and their positive karma to have their suffering ended?
Positive karma is not ending the suffering. Positive karma brings you joyful, happy. It's not ending the suffering. Two different things. They're two different cause, brings you two different experience. Yeah, it's not help each others. So then that's the point. If you accept this one, you should accept here. Not too much emotion here. Because you're happy here, you can be sad here, but you shouldn't reject it if you go here because you're not rejecting this one. Good karma is you're not rejecting it.
By Laura's logic, then the only way to help them help the positive karma ripen would be to help them heal so that they may have happiness in the future, but not to kill them.
Not to kill. That's his conclusion is always not to kill. Yeah, not to kill. So we do not have a right to do that. But our emotion might talk it, but that's different issue. Yeah.
So you're talking about human interfering with another being's, whatever being it might be.
It's wrong.
Is wrong.
It's wrong.
How then, what would you say about giving money to a beggar? I've heard people say, no, you shouldn't do that because it's their karma to suffer in that way.
No, yeah. Okay.
Increasing incidence of people who legally now can get medication to end their life because they can't deal with pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is it for that physician who prescribes this medication, is that interference in someone else's karma?
I think so. Involved it. Yeah.
But not the beggars?
Beggars, same, why not? So beggars, same means here. If we judge that way, then we always not help each other. If you use your logic or your reason, then not everyone not help each other because just run by their own karma. Why we helping them then? Why parents helping baby? Let them do karma. That's not work, right? Karma and condition always works together. Karma is the substantial cause, and then condition needed always to ripening this karma better or worse. Always condition is involved with. The parents are conditioned to grow up their children's where their loves are, right? So and then the begging's there, and then someone generosity practitioner there. So always like it's depending each other. The beggars help to people who wants to complete their generosity practice, people who wants to reduce their stinginess. The beggings are helping, and we are helping. It's an interdependent, mutual benefit, but we do not see that, right? So otherwise, like you judging that, oh, if we give them with the baking, then their karma will not happening. It's not work that. Their karma, whatever their karmas comes, their karma will happening, right? And if someone give, they receive today, it could be their karma because they enjoy. Now they got food. They could be their karma. Or 1 day or 2 days they do not found any food. They could be their karma. So what is different there? Not really different.
And I go back to the physician again, who will prescribe a medication to end someone's life at their request, at the patient's request, right? And the physicians who do so have it, I think, very clear in their minds that they.
I understand. This is human being. As they are requested, they sign it, paper, legally, then doctor do not have any problem to sleep them. But way they're doing that, I think both who request it and who giving Medicares, both has some kind of negative actions there. But animal does not request us to do that. But as Eric said, based on how we human do that, that's logic we use it, animals might they have, right? That's we guessing it. So animal might be don't know that suffering can cures or not cures, but still they do have a hope when I can free from their suffering. And it's too painful. I want free from suffering. That definitely they might have a thought of this.
But if you know that they can't be free from the suffering.
They do not know
No,
they
you
can.
know.
Uh,
If you have a 14-year-old dog
Uh-huh.
that simply died,
uh-huh.
and you know it's in pain because it's acting in
But
pain.
still same. Still same that you let them die naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, naturally. It's same. But until then, you take care well, and then sometime we do have something to do. If regarding Buddhism again, something to do with the next life. While they are painful, same time, their minds opening, their ears hearing it, recite some mantra continues. Before they died, they will have a longer time for hearing the mantras instead of like make shorter to die. Right? So that's also worked with natural diet. Yeah, yeah.
You're robbing them of the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to realize.
Yeah, we just giving more opportunity, and we not just if you just living there just live, that's not really receiving benefit, even they naturally die. But if you add more prayer or some recite mantra or do something for a while until they die, while they're living with the painful, same time they receive the benefit, right? So that's good things, yeah. Sorry, it took a long time to get back to you.
Use the word dejected
Uh-huh.
and then discouragement. To me, those are temporary kind of states, but so I think the word despair, so that's a little more permanent. So to me, if one is in despair, is not following this talk about euthanasia. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the way back to where we started. So
you'd said this comes from the outside, right? So
Mhm.
back a few weeks, we talked about when people do things that kind of irritate you, you have a chance to learn because you're the one that's irritated. You
Mhm.
know what they're doing.
Mhm.
So it's that. But when you despair, see when you shut off the trust we talked about here a few minutes ago,
Mhm.
the hope, and the chance to have, you know, to have the knowledge come to us that will help move us forward so that we don't
Mhm.
live a
Mhm.
yourself anyway. So despair seems to me to be the thing. Maybe is that what we're talking about? When the mind becomes too dejected. I was saying despair, because to me despair, once you cut that off, you kind of lose your ability to have compassion. You know, maybe that's the path to doing terrible things. So that's my question. What do we do there? We talk about when things come from the outside, you don't let those affect you, right? You kind of analyze.
You mean the cause?
Make you react, still be mindful, just again become aware, and then can be dejection, discouragement, you know, if they lead to despair. So that's there's a question. And as I said, you know, kind of had it, but we're talking about a lot of other things too. So if I just connected it back to if it's despair, is that what we're hearing when we see John ask if this mind becomes too dejected? Teacher, how should one illuminate it? If someone becomes despair, they're depressed to the point where they no longer feel like they're worth anything. They don't feel like there's anything. They indulge in their own self-pity to the extent that, you know, they're not making any decisions.
Yeah, that's true. And then giving here the idea to overcome by it is thinking that our the value, the value of human life, right? So that's what we should talk. What we're talking. That's just brings here and there to all this question. So so many quality we do have as we are human being, but the many things we do not realize that's possible. And then once you realize that I do have so many good qualities, then knowing it, then you say, then why I cannot do practice? Because I do have a capacity. I do have an ability as other does have it. Then why I cannot do that? Right? So that way to encourage to us to continue to do practice. Therefore, it's very important to know it is not necessary that inner quality is exactly the same, but it does, if we talk about the part of intelligence. Some feel that I do not have an intelligence. Some feel that I do have an intelligence, right? It's regarding on what you have interesting, right? So if you have an interesting on anything and always happening, it's possible to it's achieved something that. So, but as well as you do not have intelligence, like interesting, then sometimes we feel, oh, I do have a lack of intelligence because therefore I cannot do. But if you think that, then maybe first things you have to build it up the interesting and confidence for any practice that you think you cannot do it. Then it will brings you some kind of interesting, enthusiastic, then continues will do that.
Understand about that state of despair,
Mm-hmm.
just totally sadness.
Mm-hmm.
If we look at that, I think if we look at that, then that maybe opens up, you know, the place where the light can come in again. And we can start to see these human values that
So
make it worth being alive, that make it worth.
that could be like a few different causes, right? First, we need to find it out what's really causing me to have this kind of sadness. What really cause and being conditioning me to have this discouragement. Once you found the cause, then you can find the antidote.
Outside forces, but what's the cause? Isn't the cause how we handle what's coming in from the outside? How we handle our own thoughts, which are coming in from the inside, that we are attached? Isn't detachment still death out?
Detachment, yes.
The deep, dark place of despair? Or dejection or discouragement? I'm just trying to understand, because I'm not sure if you're saying, well, take something in from the outside. Isn't it all gonna come from the inside? Because that's where the problem is to begin with. My
Yeah, it made me think that, yeah, find it out exactly what you're asking. So just confirm with you. You're asking that any good quality that we want, isn't that comes from inside instead of,
has to be recognized.
uh-huh.
I think that's what I'm hearing, but I'm not sure, because this is a bit complex. This text is a bit complex to me.
Give you example, the first line here, like the discouragement is that thinking I'm lack of intelligence, right? For that, you have to build up the encouragement. What method and what idea you are using for build up the encouragement to thinking that I'm lack of intelligence. What you will do that? It's connected with both internal and external. Yes, achievement should be the internal, but also it's depend on the external cause and condition, right? So therefore, if you think that, then for that we find the antidote to overcome by it. And then if you have discouragement caused by heavy suffering, then we have to find antidote for exactly that. And if you think I have a discouragement through by what called the someone like a defeat to me or fearing me, or I'm not successful anything what I do, then based on that we have to find the antidote how we can encouragement. So one antidote will not apply for every discouragement's cause. It's very depend on what cause you have discouragement. That's exactly you have to think opposite to make it opposite encouragement. That's how it go. That's you asking?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Need to think about it.
Okay. So, and that human life we're talking here is where I mentioned it earlier, the laziness. There are few different type of laziness. Those laziness are caused to have discouragement. And then regarding that, we think the human value, the human value of life, then it brings you some, because we're changing the perspective. We think, oh, I do not have it. Then finally we finding that, oh, I do have it. Because of, all this reasoning and changing perspective, then shifting your thoughts and emotion more positive. That's where we encouragement. That's how it works here, right? Okay. So therefore, the human life, thing in human life is not, that idea is not applying for any single discouragement, right? So it's more apply for that discouragements comes from laziness, discouragements comes from thinking that lack of intelligence, discouragements comes from that I'm not able to do that, I'm not capacity, I do not have enough capacity, then think that human leisure and opportunity, there are a lot of good capacity that we do have it, but we not realize it. Once you realize it, then you will never say or never discourage you by thinking that I have lack of capacity, because you found it that I do have a capacity.
Back to, all of this comes back to my own, one's own seeing things that are impermanent and expecting them to be permanent, or seeing things that are not true and thinking they're true. It's our own delusion if we think, I'm lazy. What's lazy? Give up trying? What should we do? Try to be very aware and examine everything. Appreciate the gift of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of Tell them I'm asking.
Yeah, on the other hand, yeah. And the other hands, on the other hands, every single method which is help you to get more encouragement, you can use this method either talked in text or either someone said it or you just get your idea from your own. Any idea is help us to overcome by discouragement. We use it. Doesn't matter. Don't have to, oh, text do not say that because therefore I'm not applying it. That's wrong. Because as more we are measuring is that it's worked, it's a functioning in my life. I've had experiences, right? It's more important than textbook because experiencing directly, right? So this is as well as like a help and functioning, then you can apply those idea no matter what idea it comes from, right? That's how we can also do it. Yeah. So here, one side of could be the giving you some kind of optional idea, something that the example of idea is this idea is not that everything. Shouldn't take as that everything. You can take as one of the example and then examine it how it's functioning. It is worked, then you can think this idea again. This is how we need to go level time by time, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, master. What should one do? That's the thing. Actually directly saying human life is joyful, but indirectly saying here, human life have a more leisure and opportunity than animal life, which we are human on. So if you want more detail, then you can go back to see Lamrim, right? Lamrim gives a lot of detail about that, the human leisures, and then. Most of important part is the capacity of mind. We might be not realize that capacity of mind is limitless. How much knowledge you want to build it up, you can build it up. This is one of the capacity of mind. Nature of mind is always flexible, right? Nature of mind is something that you want to like eliminate, it's possible to eliminate. Something that you want to build it up, it's possible to build it up. It's open-minded. It's like a space. Nature of mind is like a space. Always, whatever we like to do, it's functioning it. So therefore, once we know the nature of mind, which is flexible, is giving us hope that okay, that anger is not nature of mind, attachment is not nature of mind, which is negative emotion, which is causing me always have suffering. I can reduce it, I can eliminate it complete from my mind. Possible. Compassion, love, and kindness, which I do not have exactly right now, I can build it up. The natural mind allows you to build it up 100%, more than 100%. This is the capacity and nature of mind. So once we realize that, then also it's like it gives us force to something that we should purify it, something that we should build it up. It's possible, then we can build it up, anything, right? So when Lamrim talks about the human leisure and opportunity, it's not really talks about that much the nature of mind or capacity of mind. You can add it on it, the nature and capacity minds. Yeah. Everyone equally do have it. But sometimes it's function like fastly, but sometimes it takes slow. It's like like say some like a metals, irons, leave it a long time and it's get more rotten, right? And then using it, sleep it takes time to because you need to clean. But the fresh iron, using it, you can immediately use it. Similarly, our mind and brains or intelligence or wisdoms are, if you not use it, it's kind of like a rusted, right? Every day if you use it, it's fair, fresh. But long time you not use it, it's rusted. Therefore, it takes time to digest it. Like say, you will not remember everything. You cannot recollect it everything in the moment, or cannot memorize everything in the moment because it's rusted. So then you clean it, do one time, 3 times, 4 times. Then slowly it's opening it. Then you will have exactly same will other one have it, right? Then you can memorize everything easily. But this is the how function so far. This could be the different. Otherwise, if we expect it, as we say, we do have intelligence and great wisdom, and if we expect it immediately happening, it sometime yes, sometime not. But that not take as discouragement, because not means you're not familiar with doing these things, right? Your mind is not familiar with it. That takes time. Once you get familiar with it, then it's easy, right? There are nothing there. Shantideva said, there are nothing that is cannot make you easy, right? So, Gomna Laur me give your mind. Say, once you become a familiar, there are nothing in existence that not makes us easy or not turn easy for us, right? Okay. Yeah. This part you should take as encouragement. Okay, now I'm reading the next one. So how should one practice after generating such a thought, which is thinking human life, right? Drum. Obtaining it is not what called? Adequate, for it is disintegrated easily. What method can be applied with respect to this? Drum. Collect the golden of flower of ethical discipline. Okay, this second tool. First, we're saying disintegrated. The disintegrated death impermanent. It was momently changing, everything momently changing. It will really brings us some kind of feeling or brings out something that urgency, right? If we reflect on momently change it, we're not reflecting on the momently changing, just thinking one day I will die. We never know one day, because each day we confirm that I'm not dying tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'm not dying tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, I'm not dying tomorrow. Each day we're confirming I'm not going to die. But in general, we say one day we'll die. When is this day? Because each day is not dying it. Because we are not reflecting on momently thinking it, right? Momently changing or momently decreasing. The moment decreasing, if we more reflect on the moment decreasing, then you will see each day or each moment you are dying. So that means not scaring. So what really makes you urgency is, I should do something good. I should build up something good while I am alive, while I have time. This is the opportunity, right? So also Dalai Lama said, there are 2 days in years which we cannot do anything, right? Which is called tomorrow and which is called, yesterday. That's true, we do nothing. But if we splitted this day, like even day within 24 hours, really what we have opportunity is right now, at this moment. Because if we use that logic, tomorrow and yesterday, then here, past and future, right? And what present is here? What's really present, that instant moment? If we waste this, waste it. This is that much. If we go deep, then brings you some kind of feeling, enthusiastic, or like makes you urgency. Urgency means not really like worry, and if you turn into the worry and sad, maybe you have to maintain it again because it's going more wrong path. It at the moment it definitely brings you some kind of worry and sad, but they keep holding that sad and worry, then you are going the wrong path now. You have to find some antidote for reducing that. Otherwise, you have urgency, some worry there, but same time your mind is busy with some kind of doing good quality or build up good quality. Then it's worth to think death impermanent, moment change. Because your mind is busy with doing something, then there are no space that you can have worry and sad. But sometimes it's remember you because we are meditating on death impermanent. That's how it should go. Your mind should be more busy with doing something good once after you think that. If your mind continues busy with worrying and sad, then you going wrong path. You should stop to think that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's the how that thing. And then again, you need the details. Go back to the Lamrim, and then it's a method. So then, what should do we do? And say ethical discipline. If you do, whether you are cultivate loving kindness and compassion or not, following ethical discipline every day is more easier than cultivating compassion. For me, yes. For about, I don't know what you guys. So yes, more ethical discipline is more easier. Shouldn't do it, do it. Shouldn't do it, do it. That's right. Because cultivating compassion is takes really time, right? But therefore, if you continuously follow the moral ethics or discipline, which is like more carrying your behaviors, right? With intention and motivations. You carrying behaviors just without any reason or without any goal, then no reason to that. You take care your daily behaviors. You are mindful with your daily behaviors toward to always do good, but needed always intention and motivation that something that you resented that I couldn't do that. You stop to do that because you reasons. You always think the reason there. Something that you are engaged, you should engage it. That's the moral ethics of collecting, right? You engage it and then always go back to think reason. Why I'm engaging? Why I'm resenting it? Because it harms to other. This is the bottom line reason. Something that harms to other, resent it. Something that benefit to self and others, engage it. That's the basic reason of the moral ethics. And always apply this reason whenever you engage. That's motivations comes with it. And day by day, your behaviors change. Even you are not do not have enough time or you are not focusing on cultivate compassion and love and kindness, it's still you making your life is meaningful as you follow the daily moral ethics behaviors. And regarding Buddhism, it just following moral ethics will bring you a better life. Even you do not have a compassion inside, it's fine. Moral ethics, because at least you do have a not harming to others, benefiting to others. That motivation, you have it. Based on that, you follow the moral ethics. Just doing it, you will have a better life. You don't have to do any prayer. After we die, we are praying to hope to get some kind of good life. That's really unreliable. Really reliable is your daily practice. If your daily practice follow the moral ethics, this is the reliable. Even you're not thinking the future life, in this lifetime, you are becoming more gentle person and kind persons, or what called respectful persons, and what called modesty, right? Um, that person's you're becoming just following moral ethics. Well, this is the how it makes us different. And that give us more opportunity and space or strength or energy to cultivate compassion, right? So therefore, conclusion here that you begin with the moral ethics. This is the basic fundamental practice of Buddhism. Either it's connected to this life becoming more kind persons, or it's connected to the next life. Both fundamental is the moral ethics. It's function of both. Okay. Oh, so give me oh, okay. So as I asked for the beginning, so I'm going to stop a little bit earlier, and then you have a question, I can take it. Any question? Do you have it? Yeah, I prepared to finish this chapter today, but we have one more class on this chapter. Yeah, but it's good. We not waste time. It's good. Yeah, we got so many things learned. Yeah. Okay. So anyone have a question who is online? Is Richard is there?
Richard.
Oh, okay.
No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I'm happy that I makes clear.
Very clear.
Okay, thank you. So, and
Thank you, Geshe.
oh yeah, it's all my pleasure. Yeah. Thank you. Then I'm going to stop here as I have to leave New York. Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.